live.
Hello guys, this is Crimson and welcome back to another MinusTheRumors live stream. We're actually live this week again. This time I'm here with my co-worker Zero. Say hey.
Hey, how's it going?
And we have a guest this week.
Hello,
We have
everybody.
Boo.
I just cut in there, but
Good.
Good. Yes, welcome.
some people might know me. Probably not, but you know how things go.
Yeah. So Boo is Boo. He has the YouTube and the Twitter and all those things, so definitely go check him out. Boo Games. So let's go ahead and get started with this. First off, we have Steam, or Valve, just changed how they do things due to all the hacks that were happening. Now they've made it a lot harder for people to hack your account and whatnot.
Yes, Steam recently discovered that 77,000 accounts are hijacked and pillaged, as they put it, hijacked and pillaged. In other words,
Like a Viking.
Yes, just like the Vikings. The Vikings come over and they steal your Steam login information, and then they take all your stuff. 77,000 Twitter accounts every
Twitter
month.
account.
Or, I'm sorry, 77,000 Cheezo Pete's.
They're getting greedy.
77,000 Steam accounts every single month were being taken. And that is no bueno when you have sometimes up to $1,000 worth of games plus money in your Steam wallet, plus gift keys, plus trading cards and CS:GO gun skins. Um, you know, these are people put a
Most
lot of
people
money.
have.
Yeah,
I'm
most
surprised
people-
it took them this long to do that.
Yeah,
right.
it's a bit ridiculous. Most people have like credit cards and stuff connected to their Steam accounts as well.
Exactly.
And a lot of people actually make money through Steam due to the whole CS:GO trading thing. So there's a lot of money.
Right. So I mean, and that's the thing. These Steam hackers, they're professional. They will wait for a payoff, especially if you don't have a private Steam account. Like they'll say, "Oh, look, here's this random guy. Let's see what he's got in his library." And then they'll do the math. They'll calculate the cost of the games and things like that, and they'll say, "Yeah, I'm going to take this guy's stuff. I don't care if it takes me 3 months to do it." And now mind you, they're doing this possibly to you and up to 50 or 100 other people. They're continuously working at trying to get your goodies, get your bits.
And the problem is people with like the good expensive guns and that stuff on Steam, they like to show it off. Like, because you can have that bit at the top of your profile that just shows off everything you've got that's worth of value.
Right. Now, Steam has enabled a new two-factor authentication system as well as a new trading system to prevent thefts and these hacks. Normally, what's most common is a Steam hacker will get your account and then quickly trade off anything good or anything of high value or anything rare. They'll just right to their other account and it's gone, and they hope you don't notice. But Steam recently changed their trading policy as well. You need to have Steam Guard's mobile authenticator enabled on your account for at least 7 days if you're trading with someone, and they have to have trade confirmations turned on. And if not, items are going to be held by Steam themselves for up to 3 days before delivery takes place. If you've been friends with someone you're wanting to trade with for at least 1 year, items will only be held by Steam for up to 1 day before they're delivered. And accounts with a mobile authenticator enabled for at least 7 days are no longer restricted from trading or using the market when using a new device, since trades on that new device are protected by the mobile authenticator. So, Valve realizes there's an issue, and they're working very hard, very, very hard, to prevent any further theft.
So they've definitely done a lot to circumvent this. This will negatively affect the few and greatly help the many.
Right. Well,
Boo.
yeah.
I'm just gonna say that this is gonna be pretty hard for someone to get around now. Like,
Yeah.
you'd have to add someone, wait a whole year, know their emails and everything.
Right. Well, I mean,
And yeah,
you play CS:GO quite religiously. I mean, maybe not so much lately, but what would you say without giving out your Steam username, your Steam ID, what would you say your value of your CS:GO skins alone would be worth on the
I would
market?
class myself as being quite poor in skins, and I've still got about $50 worth of skins.
Only $50 worth of skins. Okay.
But I know people who've got, like, say, a rare knife that's worth like $200 plus, and they get like invites every day from people wanting to trade it with them or trying to add them on their profiles. So I can see where the hackers are coming from as well.
Exactly. I mean, they're not stealing real world funds, but they are taking things that are worth real world money.
Even if it's not real world, it can be converted to real world easily through like eBay
Yeah.
or whatever.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And once you got it on an account, and once it's gone on eBay, it can't be tracked really because you got the money in hard cash.
Exactly. Or Bitcoin.
Or
Bitcoin.
Dogecoin if you really want.
Yeah.
My favorite one.
In other news, NASA. Even NASA is getting in on Star Wars. I'm not ashamed to say that at all. We live in a great time right now. We live in a great time. It's a great world to be in, 2015.
Offended by everything, but in love with space.
Yeah, exactly. It is the final frontier. I mean, there is nowhere left on the world, on Earth, to go other than away. And so NASA, was approached earlier, and their engineering department was approached and asked a question as to whether or not it would be more efficient to build a Death Star in thin air, in empty space, or building it on an asteroid or another planet, a small planet. And NASA said, well, that's a good question. I'm looking for this guy's name. Brian Murhead. He's a Jet Propulsion Laboratory Chief Engineer for NASA, said, honestly, it would be more efficient to build it on like part of an existing asteroid. And it just so happens that we have got a project in process for such purposes. Apparently, NASA wants to build docking stations for, traffic to and from Mars. And they said, we've got this thing going on. It's called the Asteroid Redirect Mission. We're going to launch it by the year 2023. And what we're going to do is we're going to go land on an asteroid. We're going to break off a chunk of it. And we're going to bring it. And we're going to put it in orbit around the moon. And we're going to build a space station on it. That chunk of asteroid should have, most of the materials needed to build a space station already in it. Iron, titanium, things to make alloys with, water. So that is kind of neat.
Easier said than done by far.
Definitely.
They're not building the Death Star. They're just trying to build another space station that's connected to an asteroid. Similar idea to the Death Star, but not nearly as evil.
Right. It's not. It's not evil. It's. Is it going to be a huge project? Sure, but if you, when you think about it, I mean, it doesn't really sound that crazy compared to we're going to build all this stuff in pieces on Earth and then ship it out to space and put it together out there.
I mean,
So, yeah.
really
Is it
amazing.
bad? It freaks me out a little bit.
It kind of freaks me out as well, like that the thought of having a Death Star like structure going around the moon and the Earth, and it's kind of weird and different, and I don't like change.
Because why did the Death Star bring this up? NASA must have been thinking something.
Well, they're looking for docking stations for the Martian missions.
Yeah.
So
I
They're,
just
they're
have a
looking
weird
to
mind.
overthrow us.
yeah, you see, if they can put one docking station in orbit around the moon, they'll know. Oh my gosh, Cyan, that's a great. You should tweet NASA and ask them that. Are the people on these stations going to be dressed as stormtroopers? That would be hilarious.
That would be amazing. I don't see why they need docking stations. Just send Matt Damon to Mars. It'll be okay. Nothing will go wrong.
Yeah, we know Matt Damon can survive on Mars. That's fine.
Exactly. Already been tested.
But yeah, I mean, they're planning on doing this like along the way, and it's going to be for interplanetary travel. Eventually, the ships will get fast enough that they can make it in a single leap and bound, but probably not before the year 2100 would be my guess. So you're going to have short hops where you can refuel. You know, people can take a walk. I'm pretty sure it's got to be a boring ride. Sitting.
Lots of Netflix.
Yeah. You got to re-up. Maybe you get some Wi-Fi out there in space.
Get some Minecraft going. Start building.
Oh yeah.
Right. Skype
Don't
back
get
to
single
home
player.
from the space station.
I'm sure it won't be laggy.
Of course. It can't be as bad as Australia's internet.
Right. Well, they're working on Li-Fi internet too.
That's satellite internet.
Light internet.
Light
Light-based.
internet.
Light-based.
That's a different topic, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we didn't cover Li-Fi yet. Li-Fi internet is supposed to travel at the speed of light through light tubes. Not like fiber optic, but it's going to use actual light rays that capture and then bend through nodes to go from point to point.
I just imagined a guy stood on Earth flashing Morse code up to a satellite.
Shoot it by laser pointer.
Yeah, just like Morse code, like really slow. 1 byte a second or something stupid.
You got to do it in like binary.
Yeah. Byte by byte.
All right, so Marvel Spider-Man will be different from the other Superman movies. Thank the Lord Almighty, Matt Damon, that they're going to go a bit different route than Fox did.
Yes. Thank you. Tom Holland is going to be the new Peter Parker in the Marvel Spider-Man. We're going to see him first in Captain America: Civil War. He's getting his own Spider-Man movie in 2017. Mr. Holland has explained that Spider-Man is going to feel different from the other modern Marvel movies. They're trying to create an independent film from the new Spider-Man. It's going to be a film surrounded by a boy and his life, to quote him. Peter Parker is a favorite of many because everyone can relate to him, and we're going to try to make everyone relate to Peter Parker.
We'll see a lot more the more human side of Spider-Man, just as we saw a more human side of the new Superman in the last movie.
Exactly.
So basically, they're just basically saying they're going for more character development than
Yes.
action.
Yes, exactly. Like in the previous Spider-Man movies, there's always been, obviously he gets bit by a spider, but then it's immediate. You got to have some Mary Jane, and then this massive, obstacle he needs to overcome, like Doctor Octopus or the Sandman or a villain.
Yeah,
And after that, it's done, and we don't really get to see Peter Parker as he is. So I'm looking forward to this. Everybody can relate to Peter Parker. He's got that
Yes.
nerdy loser side to him. I might be able to relate to him a little bit better than anybody else, but But no, they're saying it's going to be like a John Hughes version of Spider-Man. It's going to tug at your heartstrings. It's going to make you feel like you're watching a friend on the screen. It's going to be great.
And I believe, if I'm not wrong, that they are not going to be doing a origin story, and that they're just going to kind of continue where Fox left off, which would be amazing. Just pick it up and go with it.
Right.
So
Also,
if they wanted to,
go ahead.
if they wanted to introduce a more human side of it, they could really do well with the fact that Gwen Stacy just died. It shouldn't be a spoiler. It's been out for God knows how long. And enter Mary Jane and not really have, a huge I'm about to die, but actually go through, if they want to go through the human side, they can go through what the more emotional side of losing a loved one and then overcoming that and whatnot. If they
Right.
wanted to.
By the way, I'd like to say welcome to Tigrix and the gaming Jess, who is on her wrong account. Yes, we have our guest star, Boo.
How's it going?
Boo Game in the house.
Yeah, my Twitter's different. 'Cause someone else already had Boo Games. Some ghost.
So yes, welcome Scion, Jess, and Tigrix. Whoop whoop.
Yes. See, we have to do this every now and again to prove that we're actually live this
Yeah,
week.
the proof we're actually live, and if you guys have any news bits, then let us know in the stream, and we'll talk about them. And if you have any ideas of things or any comments, we'll try to get to them time we see it.
Perfect.
And I hope Zero was right with his predictions about who's going to come to the stream, because otherwise those shouts that we pre-recorded will be weird.
Yes. Yes, they absolutely
I mean,
will.
we are live.
Yes, we are. We are completely live, for it is 9:18 p.m. Eastern on December 12th right now. I need to go get breakfast soon. Okay.
So
Okay, that went off subject really quick.
good.
It is good.
Nintendo files a new patent. That's what we do. So Nintendo has filed a new patent for a unique freeform touch controller, possibly for the NX. As we all know, Nintendo has been holding all the things about the NX very close. They haven't told anyone, and if they did, it was in Japanese, and we really didn't understand what they were saying, honestly. And then, but they put in a patent for a new controller that has stuff.
Yeah, this new controller has got programmable, mappable buttons. There's two thumbsticks, one on the left and one on the right. There's two bumper controls. There are multiple buttons. And there's also going to be a screen on it. According to this
that's
patent,
what the lizard was.
according to the filing description of this patent, the buttons can be assigned for specific purposes and can be tweaked to support left and right-handed players. And it also mentions that the controller will have a TV screen on it. Or the controller, I'm sorry, not a TV screen. The controller will project what's on the TV to the controller. The game screen will be the first person viewpoint, or the first person viewpoint on the controller. Jeez, oh Pete's. I'm twisting my words here. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Too much caffeine today. The controller's screen will have the first person viewpoint of the player on the television of the game that you are playing in it, so that you can better immerse yourself in the game. So if you are playing, for instance, a Zelda game where you're looking down on Link, if you look into your controller, you will see what Link is actually looking at. There. If I slow down my words enough.
So as the Nintendo expert and fanboy of the group, I think this is really cool. I like how right now the Xbox One controller is like the king of all controllers. And we'll get to it in a minute, but Valve, the Steam controller, has been trying to take that on, and they may have, but then Nintendo, as the innovators that they are, comes in and says, hey, instead of imitating everyone, here's something completely unique and really cool. And I can see this being really, really awesome. It's kind of a mix between the possibility of the tablet you use for the Wii U, the weird controller, and then also your 3DS games where you've got the dual screen. I see it as like a mash pash of kind of all that into one, which I think this is really cool. To have a screen on your controller, that's pretty cool.
Right. I mean, it's not new to Nintendo, though. I mean, or well, I guess it is newer to Nintendo, other than the Nintendo DS. You know,
The thing is, though, the way the buttons are remappable, it strongly reminds me of PC gaming.
yes.
And I know a lot of people that PC game, the only console they own is a Wii U, just for the exclusives. So it's kind of like they might have figured that out a little bit. That people like PC gamers and maybe their audience likes to customize their stuff a little bit more.
Yeah. And that's just kind of where gaming is going.
Right.
Yeah, and sort of like if you look on like any emulator or joypad for any mobile device, like you said, you can do the same sort of things.
Now, Nintendo's still going very strong. In other news, Tatsumi Kimishima. Is that how I say that, Crimson? You're the Nintendo guy.
Good enough.
Okay, he's the new president of Nintendo. He's the man that was chosen to replace Satoru Iwata, Mr. Iwata, the man very near and dear to our hearts. He said that the new NX console is going to be the next version of the Wii or the Wii U. If you don't follow Nintendo, this is what's coming along. It's the NX. It's going to replace the Wii. And the Wii was hugely successful. The Wii sold more than 100 million units across the world, which is more than the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3, which I find that staggering. But then
That's pretty surprising.
Then again, I remember I had a Wii.
Yeah, I was trying to think of someone that I knew that didn't have a Wii.
That's the thing. It might not be the most played console of any of my friends or people that I know, but they all have one.
The exclusives, man.
It is the exclusives. That, and it's, it's, you've got a bunch of people over at your house, you're throwing a party, let's get some Wii games going,
And the homebrew was pretty easy to put on, so.
Right. 3
I don't know if
years,
that's helped sell them, but.
for the 3 years that the Wii U has been out, it has sold 10.7 million units as of September 30th. So, those numbers are a couple of months behind, but 10 million units in 3 years isn't so good. So hopefully the NX lights the same fire that the Wii did. And I think with a controller like this, it very well could.
They really, and they said, with, we're getting a little bit off topic, but with the new NX, they're hoping to go back, instead of doing the same thing. Like the Wii U was just a new Wii, basically. They're hoping to go more in the direction of the old consoles, which no one can refute. The old Nintendo system, 64, the GameCube, the NES, those were some of the most amazing consoles that have ever been made. That the Xbox and the PlayStation kind of copied and have kept going in that route, and the Wii, for some reason, decided to diverge.
Yes. I don't know why this. My next story here. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Boo. I appreciate it.
I messed up. I messed up. It's
No,
still
no, no.
telling me. It's still telling me I haven't followed. It's weird.
Oh, no, it might be the stream delay.
Oh,
No, every time I refresh the page, it unfollows you, and I'm not sure why.
Oh, wow. I don't know. That is definitely interesting.
That might come up again in a minute. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
it's good.
While we're waiting, let's talk about Bay.
Let's talk about Bay.
Let's talk about
Matt
Bay.
Damon?
Well, okay, Matt Damon is true Bay. Let's talk about second Bay.
Let's talk about Side Bay.
Oh,
Side Bay.
thank you, Tigrix, for the follow. Let's talk about Side Bay. Yes.
Hollow Train.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Bay done gone crazy. Side Bay gone crazy. I hate it when Side Bay goes crazy.
Yeah, you have to keep them under control.
You got to keep Side Bay under control. Taylor Swift.
What did she do then?
Taylor Swift recently, and I definitely mean recently, tried to trademark several terms relating to recent works of hers. The most prominent one for the season would be Swiftmas.
Which is the only one that makes sense.
Exactly.
You can kind of see where she's come from with that one.
She is also looking to trademark the phrases blank space, and I'll write your name, a girl named girl. That one's kind of, she can have that one too. And 1989.
But the last one for me is probably the most ridiculous.
Right.
But...
You cannot trademark a year.
I'm going to trademark every year in that case.
Yes.
I don't understand how you can try and trademark very popular words and phrases and try to make them yours. She's just taking a handful of darts and throwing them at a wall and seeing what sticks and what she can own.
Exactly. She's gone mad with power.
If she gets away with this, imagine how many artists or musicians... You're not going to be able to say anything.
Exactly. Without owing them money.
You'll be doing just a normal commentary track and you'll just see all these copyrights popping up.
Which, people back in the day, you trademark things that are exclusively yours, exclusive ideas, and if you come out with a cool song and someone kind of builds off of that doesn't copy your song specifically, but builds off of it, that's, building up the music community, making everything better, where this is like, no, this is mine, and I don't care about the rest of y'all. I don't care about the music industry.
I completely agree with you, Tigrix. Trademarking certain terms reminds him of the whole Candy Crush debacle.
Oh, God.
I'm so thankful I predicted you would type that when we recorded this the other day.
I'm going to trademark Lord Matt Damon.
Lord Matt Damon. Yes. Now trademark
Whoa.
Sir Matt Damon. That way when he gets knighted...
He can't use his name.
Yeah, the Queen couldn't use his name.
Well,
or I'd get some money for it.
I'm trademarking the color crimson.
And Jess says
Cadbury
trademarked a shade of purple, which they did. Reese's has trademarked their shade of orange. Kit Kat owns the color red. But yes, Taylor Swift filed these trademark requests on December 3rd. earlier this year, she tried to trademark this sick beat. Nice to meet you. Where you been? Shake it off and blank space. Which I'm surprised she didn't try to just trademark space as well, you know, like
Why didn't Michael Jackson ever try to trademark "Beat It" or like?
right.
Oh, you could. So many great phrases could have been trademarked. I'm just gonna make a song that just says phrases so I can try and trademark them.
Basically, it's like
Now on the 1989 trademark request, the use of the term 1989 won't be trademarked completely. It's only when it's going to be in reference to her music album, by the way. It won't be 1989, like, oh, you can't say that. Taylor Swift owns that. No, it'll be Taylor Swift's 1989. That makes more sense, but
last time I checked, having someone reference your work is a free publicity.
right.
Unless you're just too big for your britches.
Exactly.
Bridges. I haven't heard that for a while.
If Michael Jackson trademark "Beat It," what would old white men scream at kids trespassing on their lawn? You kids get off my lawn!
Well, the other one that came to mind was Lionel Richie, "Hello."
Yes. Yeah. Yes. With if that would have happened, we wouldn't have had such great things as Medea's "Hello"
Or Adele.
or Adele's "Hello."
Was Adele's a cover of it? I'm never sure. I haven't listened to it. Get off my lawn, poop heads, or I'll poop on you. What? That would definitely make me get off their lawn.
Get off my lawn or I'll poop at you. Poop at you.
And you know, old men can't control their bladders very well.
Yes, Tigrix. The Taylor Swift thing could be, stirred up by her lawyers. The world's gone crazy with lawyers as well.
Thank you, America.
If it'll make you money, you can. If there's a chance that it could make a lawyer money, they will come after you for almost anything, or come at you with almost anything, no matter how ridiculous it is. And they promise dreams of $1 million. They promise millions of dollars if you win, just so that they can get a cut of it.
I would like to see the lawyer right in Taylor Swift's case, though.
Right. I bet you he's got gold-rimmed sunglasses. And
Is it bad? I was trying to think. Is she trying to trademark 1989 the number, or 19 then 89 put together, or just 1989
no, the numbers.
the word?
1989.
Or the word. I just use the words if she trademarks it. It's easy to get around.
Well, the album title is 1989.
Well, she knows what she's doing.
She knows what she's doing. What year were you born? 1989. Ka-ching, you owe Taylor Swift $50.
I'm not that old.
Which, in slightly off-topic news, the Happy Birthday song just became free domain.
Yes.
Yeah, the copyright wasn't valid, was it?
Nope. The Warner Bros. Lost that one.
Reminds me of patent trolls.
Patent trolls. So Valve has... So the Steam controller, we all know, we talked about it in a previous live stream, how it was good, but it had some flaws that were keeping it from being as good as the Xbox One controller. However, it looks like they have fixed those issues. Zero?
Yes, Valve just released a new update for the Steam controller. It allows it to be a little bit more spot on with its aiming in certain video game genres like first-person shooters and strategy games. Non-Steam game support is going to be supported in the Steam beta. So if you haven't updated to the Steam beta client and you have a Steam controller, that's going to be a box you're going to want to check and then wait for your computer to do the downloady stuff and restart your Steam. I was Steam beta. I got tired of the updates, but I don't have a Steam controller. So, yeah. But the Steam beta client allows you to find configurations for your controller from other users for non-Steam games. So they, make a controller configuration and they upload it, and it allows you to download it easier.
Pretty smart.
The beta also allows you to save your own configurations and upload them to Steam. That way, you get multiple heads in on something, and you end up with a billion different controller configurations. But there'll always be a top few, suggested controller layouts.
Does it kind of like set out like the workshop then? I'm guessing.
Yes. The Steam controller layouts do actually go up to the workshop.
Okay,
so you can download them. Yes. There's also mouse-like joystick mode, which is a more PC-friendly alternative traditional joystick-based camera, instead of that terrible haptic thumb pad that didn't have any kind of a center. Mouse-like means you can push on one spot and the camera will move there and stay there, like you would with a mouse if you let go of it. The update gave the controller better aiming in FPS games, better customizations, mouse regions. You can assign the trackpad to a specific part of the screen, sort of like how mini-maps in real-time strategy games work. And community members said that they were much more competitive than they were expecting. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And also, because we're talking about Steam and the Steam controller, I wish I had this image saved so that I could put it up on the stream. The actual assembly plant for these Steam controllers, more than half of this equipment looks like it's right out of the game Portal. A large portion of the robotics that are assembling these controllers are stamped with Aperture Science emblems. And there are machines that are GladeOS white with little black arms and grabbers and things on it. It's amazing.
I just tried to put the picture in the chat, but I totally forgot. The links were disabled.
I should be able to do that. Let's see.
Yeah, there you go.
Also,
The thing is, the Steam controller's still got a lot to compete with the Xbox controller, just because people have that hardwired into them.
It really does, too. The overall feel of the Steam controller is still unfriendly, in my opinion. It just doesn't fit right in my hands. But then again, neither does the PlayStation controller. I think it's just because I'm so used to an Xbox controller.
They say for like first-person shooter games, but people who play FPS games and are serious about it, they'll use a keyboard and mouse anyway.
Exactly.
And people who play MOBAs, they've been playing with a mouse forever.
Exactly. So I mean, it's a big transition, but if you want to get more onto your couch and just casual play, I still like the feel of a 360 controller or an Xbox One controller in my hand over the Steam controller.
And they're pretty cheap.
Yeah, they are. But
and if you want something like high-end, programmable, change out the buttons, the Xbox One Elite Edition controller is ridiculously amazing.
Right. Even though it costs 3 times more than the Steam controller, it's where it needs to be, in my opinion, for the actual way it sits in your hand. I'm predicting. Now, this is my prediction. This is by no means news. I'm predicting there will be a Steam controller V2 or something sometime out within the next 8 months or so. That's going to be a complete redesign on the actual way the controller is shaped.
It's going to be interesting how this all shapes up with Nintendo's new controller.
Exactly. You
The
can't view the
touchpad thing
image.
just doesn't fit with me. I'm not sure what it is about. There's weird pads.
Yeah. And the haptic pads.
You need the response from the analog. I don't know. It creeps me out a little bit.
Right.
I like
What if you
things
got-
that are...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I like things that are actually like there and you can feel them properly. But I guess I've never really gave it a chance, especially the new softwares.
Right. But in other news, the Nintendo execs say that the 3DS is here to stay. Crimson, you want to tell us some more?
Yeah, so Nintendo has no plans to get rid of the 3DS. They figured that the 3DS and the smartphone games that Nintendo is finally jumping into, they can happily coexist, is actually what they say. The 3DS, it just keeps getting better and better. The software updates, the games, they have yet to reach the full potential of what it can offer. It's well built. The software, it's easily updatable. It's not one of those things where you update it. It's like, all right, the hardware can't really take what we're putting into it. No, it's got room to grow. And they feel that people are still buying them at a remarkable amount. As of September 30th, 3DS has sold 54 million units around the world. Sony's PS4 numbers put the console about 30 million. So pretty good. Nintendo is by far the king of the handheld gaming. No one can even compete. The Vita is trash compared to what the 3DS offers, both in hardware, software, and gaming, or the actual games themselves. So don't expect don't expect a new 3DS. Don't expect the 4DS. Don't expect anything new. They're just going to keep making the 3DS better.
Right. And as Tigris was saying, the 3DS is staying. That does sort of confirm that the NX is going to be a console.
Yes.
I feel strongly like it's going to go that way as well.
Yeah. From what Nintendo has said, they said that the NX will not be so much a hybrid with a handheld console. That's kind of what the Wii U was. It's kind of a mix in a way, but they're going to go more toward the console style console. So, but it's like though with if they use the new controller, it's going to have this interesting aspect of kind of a mix, but very lightly. But yes, it's going to be very more console related. And the 3DS is here. Goodness.
Perfect.
And they're still rolling out AAA games, well, Nintendo AAA games for the 3DS constantly, so they haven't even run out of games yet.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense to release another handheld when, like you said, they're dominating the market, and in the actual consoles, they need more power to keep up next gen.
Yeah,
that makes sense to release another console right now, or not right now, but in the near future.
and especially if they can not only have because Nintendo is jumping into the smartphone gaming, not only coexist but actually be able to work on each other in ways that I know they can do.
Right. I think they should be able to do it with Bluetooth connectivity. I would hope.
I would think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Star Wars standalone movies will tackle a variety of genres. So, they have confirmed that there will be not just the trilogy that they're making, which I think they're actually going to make 6 movies for the regular franchise, but they're also going to have standalone movies for Star Wars. And it's going to tackle, like I said, a variety of genres and whatnot for spin-offs. Right now, we don't know a lot about what they're going to do. We have a few ideas because we have to wait and see kind of how the universe shapes out, since this is kind of it's been I think about 40 years in the Star Wars universe.
Yes,
So
77. Or was it
77 years?
76? No, 70,
Ah.
1977.
No. I'm not talking about the actual movies, but
Oh.
the in-game or in-movie universe
Oh.
where they're picking up where they left off. I think it's like about 40 years because Han Solo is an old man and he's not dead. So
Right.
yes. So we'll see with the spin-offs and the sequels. Looks like there may be a Star Wars Rogue One is due for release date December 16th, 2016. So that's pretty exciting. We already have one name.
There'll be a young Han Solo movie
Yeah,
in 2018. Yeah.
very excited about that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
As long as they bring back pod racing and Jar Jar, I'm happy.
As long as they bring back Jar Jar. You know,
I honestly believe like I'm a true fan of the idea because they've basically proved it that Jar Jar was supposed to be the original Overlord bad guy.
yes.
Like he was supposed to be over Palpatine and Darth Sidious, and if you look at the people have put together like the list of facts from not only in game, I keep saying in game, in movie, and the scripts and whatnot, and the stuff that was supposed to stay secret that have gotten out, it's clear, it's obvious that Jar Jar was supposed to be the absolute bad guy
Yes.
because his way of like tripping and everything is actually a type of martial arts that's still used today. I can't remember the name offhand, but just all kinds of things. It proves that he put Palpatine in power. So
I was
that would have
just
made
about to
an
bring that up.
amazing movie. That would have been amazing, but they backed out.
Yeah, they hit the brakes on it. I'm just wondering if anybody regrets starting off A New Hope with Episode 4 as it rolls in the credits. I mean, I know they're gonna stay true to the original 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, but I don't. Do you think that? Yeah, Drunken Monkey.
Drunken Monkey? Is that what it
Yes.
is? I was gonna say Drunken Master, I was close.
Yeah, it's drunken boxing. It's drunken monkey fighting.
Yeah, Zion. That's actually a plot that was supposed to happen, and they backed out because they thought it would because they wanted to sell products, and Jar Jar is a good guy, sells products, and I guess back in the 70s and 80s that would have been really edgy, but
it really would have.
nowadays that would have been like the best plot line ever.
What the heck was that?
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna guess water bottle.
Yes.
You have to, yeah, I was gonna say you have to tell us now. You can't hold the suspense.
Yes, it's a water bottle. Have you ever, off topic, have you ever like taken a water bottle, a plastic one, and like
Twisted
it up, twisted it, and then like taken the top and done this?
all the time. All the time. I like to see how far they'll shoot.
I did. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I know what you do now.
Yeah,
I got really confused.
So it's-
My little brain was trying to figure out what was going on. You're talking about Star Wars. That's something I don't know much about. I've
It's
only
alright.
ever seen like the first two.
Well, what about the Hunger Games? Have you seen that?
No, he hasn't actually.
No,
You haven't? Have you read the books?
I can't read.
Oh.
There's no pictures.
Oh. You're missing out,
Wait.
boo.
Yeah, I don't. I went through a phase of not watching movies. So
What about
that's just
Twilight?
me. I haven't seen that either. I've probably seen like the first 20 minutes of one because it was on like last Christmas, I think.
So, more Hunger Games movies are going to be developed. Studios have confirmed. So we all thought The Mockingjay Part 2, which was a phenomenal movie, absolutely fantastic, was the last one, but they are going to be making more.
Really?
I agree, it was
Um,
really good.
Let's see. My internet is crashing.
Uh-oh. Um, 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 um. They're thinking Lionsgate is looking to make prequel and sequel movies for the Hunger Games, right?
Yes, yes, some before and after kind of stuff, obviously, and spin-offs, I guess, if you want to focus on a different district, but it would definitely be cool to see, like, how the world came to be, how Pan Am came to be, how Snow came into power, because in the books it touches on all that, and it's an amazing plot line that they could definitely use for some amazing movies. And then how things where they left off, obviously you can introduce if you want it to, because obviously Pan Am is not the only country left in the world.
Right.
So you could honestly go in that direction as well. But I personally would definitely be very interested in the prequels.
But does this mean we're done seeing Katniss, do you think?
Probably not. We'll definitely see, like, if there's an after. We'll probably see a little bit of her, if not actually in a role, maybe some flashbacks or something. I'm not quite sure. Prequels, obviously not.
Right. Maybe we'll see old Katniss, kind of like we're going to see old Alice in the new Resident Evil movie, whatever it's called, Resident Evil 37 or something like that that comes out next year.
Possibly. I kind of, we'll see. I kind of think they'll do a new character that they'll kind of leave Katniss where she is and go on with the new story arc.
Yeah.
Did you guys think that would be a good idea, or do you think they should just like let it end on a high?
I think they should let Jennifer Lawrence. I think she should rest on the laurels for the Hunger Games that she's got. Personally, in my opinion, um, Mockingjay 2 didn't hit didn't hit the big box offices like the other Hunger Games movies did, but it still did very very well, and it was a very good movie. So
It was
it's gonna probably win some awards.
my thoughts on it. The Mockingjay Part 2 ended fantastic. It was the perfect ending, kind of, and really is probably one of the best movies out of the four. The first one obviously is kind of tops it, but obviously I personally don't want them to continue the story. I kind of just like leave it where it ended. Ended good. Don't ruin it.
Right? Why risk it?
Yeah. But I would love some prequels. I'd love to see how Pan Am came to be, the war that happened before Pan Am that they talk about, how Snow got in power. If you want to go down any of those arcs, I'd love it because you're not going to ruin the Hunger Games. This has all happened before.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
And that,
I was just gonna say you don't want them to just like keep dragging it out, trying to make some more money, and then everyone just
Exactly.
gets bored of it and like, oh, the Hunger Games, that was boring.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
nothing.
Because younger the younger audience won't. There's a possibility that the younger audience wouldn't, if they haven't seen the original stuff, if they continue dragging it out. Maybe one or two prequels, maybe one or two. But if you go too deep with it, people will tend to lose interest down the line. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at you, Transformers.
Yeah, Transformers. Jeez. Darker than
No,
the
no, no, no. Paranormal Activity is the one who dragged it out
Oh
the
yeah.
most.
Yeah.
In my opinion, one that did it right was Matrix.
The
Yeah.
Matrix did all right. Um,
They ended it right. They didn't carry it on.
let's see here. What else carries on that I thought was never gonna stop? Saw.
So, oh yeah.
Yeah, I lost interest after Saw
Oh,
3.
all right. The one that has gone too long and it keeps going. Fast and Furious.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Pretty sure they're making more.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Pretty sure they are too.
All right. So, EA is launching its own competitive gaming division headed by Peter Moore. So, as we've seen, the competitive gaming esports has become huge. This year alone, it has become amazingly big. Where TV networks are now covering coverage and whatnot.
Yeah,
It's
you're not seeing it. You're not seeing esports on G4 like you used to. You're seeing it on ESPN 2.
yeah. Now EA has officially jumped into the midst of it, which EA will be sure to bring it all down a notch and make it all worse.
Yeah, because it's EA. Um, so
We all know how
they're starting
EA
their own esports ring basically. So I'm going to imagine this is all going to be EA games.
that nobody plays.
Well, I don't know, dude. FIFA 2K16 was huge.
Oh, I forgot about FIFA. Yeah.
Madden is always big. But that's the thing. It's not big for long. It's not huge for like I don't think they're going to be League of Legends style big or Counter-Strike style big. I think it's going to
No.
be more
And
spurty.
and those games go on for years before they're remade. If you're doing like FIFA and Madden, that's got to be every single year. You've got to come out with a game that's terrible.
Right.
So,
Battlefield.
Competitive Sims.
oh god,
Yes. The Sims competitive. There we go.
Who can get the most money in the shortest amount of time?
Without cheating.
doesn't EA have their hands into? Was it either Guitar Hero or Rock Band?
They were looking at buying. I think no. Did they end up buying Guitar Hero? Because Red Octane sold out. I remember that. Oh man, I can't remember. I know Harmonix still owns
Does EA still do the skate game?
Tony Hawk.
No, they did that skate game.
Oh boy,
And that'd be quite cool if it was competitive.
that really
I think
would be.
that's Ubisoft. I don't know.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's good. We'll see. I think EA is just jumping in, trying to get a part of the money. I think this is the only reason.
Right. That's
They're
the thing.
ridiculous.
Because my understanding was that these tournaments and like competitive gaming stuff was hosted by third-party companies anyway. I wasn't sure the actual like. I knew the big companies sort of control it, but I thought like the main hosting was third-party companies. So. Unless that's what EA are gonna do, I'm not sure.
I think so. I think they can be sponsors. I don't know what they're planning really. They want something that's competitive, that builds community, and it's entertaining for live events and broadcasting and whatnot.
Right. Battlefield Hardline competitive. I'd still rather just watch Counter Strike.
I'd rather watch FIFA than Battlefield.
I mean, I know Tigrix is in the audience tonight. He's viewing. He played some Battlefield.
I know a lot of people that really enjoyed the competitive side of Battlefield because it was. They said it was more realistic. That's the part that brought them to that.
Right.
I'm not sure how it is anymore, but
But I mean, is it esports competitive? Are you willing to practice with your group for hours a day?
I think Battlefield is possible, but starting your own competitive gaming division around one good game that's good for it is not a good idea.
No, they should have teamed up with somebody, honestly.
Agreed, everyone hates EA, Ubisoft. EA more than Ubisoft.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the comments in this article alone pretty much state it. It's a money grab. But yeah, apparently Battlefield 4 was EA's last real good game. I don't know. I haven't played anything EA for a while.
Sims.
it's kind of disappointing how all these companies are kind of just going for money grabs. There,
Yeah.
Maybe if they actually sat down and thought about it for a little while to actually figure something out rather than figuring out how much money they can get.
Tigric says, I'm not much of an FPS multiplayer gamer anymore, although I have been playing Battlefront lately, which is a ton of fun. Oh, Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront. Yes.
So I did come across a hacker on PS4.
Oh,
People
boy.
hack on consoles now?
Oh, yeah.
I suppose that was always the thing, wasn't it?
Yes, it really was. That's why I stopped playing. That's why I stopped playing Grand Theft Auto on Xbox 360.
And then it came out on PC and it was a whole lot worse.
Even though I had a JTAG 360, my console ended up getting banned. My actual console got banned. But
wow.
I don't want to talk about that. I wasn't hacking with it. They just realized it was a
There
JTAG.
is a hacker confirmed.
No, they just... yeah.
They also have Titanfall and the Star Wars series, which the Star Wars series, the new Star Wars game turned out to be crap.
Well, the multiplayer aspect of it. I've got a coworker that sings praises of the multiplayer in Battlefront.
If you're not a real fan of Star Wars, then
yeah.
From my understanding, the new Star Wars game is more of just a casual game. Like you'll play for like an hour and then turn it off and play it maybe a few days later for an hour.
Like you've got to hunt for hidden things, though. I guess that keeps it going, right?
What's the new Star Wars game? Did I get it right?
Battlefront.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I got really confused and I was like, is there another one since then? I know they're plugging the whole Star Wars thing at the moment. Everyone is.
Mm-hmm.
I believe EA used to own either Harmonix or Activision.
I will look it up right now.
Used to. I know Activision back in a couple years ago bought their rights to become their own company.
EA Activision owns Blizzard. Activision and EA were looking to merge they were looking to merge 4 years ago. So yeah.
If you're watching this, just buy out Unreal Tournament and start a competitive scene on that, you'll win. Love that game.
Okay, Rock Band was developed by Harmonix, published by MTV Games and EA. So, yeah.
Competitive Rock Band confirmed?
That would be awesome.
That would be pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, I would take that.
1313 might be coming back. Wow.
Looks like we have come to the end, guys.
Yeah, we're out of time. It's that time.
It is now 10 p.m. for me. It's now like 3 in the morning for Boo.
How did you know?
The Boo clock on my computer told me it's 3 o'clock.
I used to talk to a girl that lived in... Okay, so I know how many hours you're ahead.
Crimson Rose, romancing all across the world.
Anyways.
Change the subject.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we've got. I'd like to I think Crimson and I would both like to say a big thank you to you in the audience that swung by tonight and hung out with us for this last hour. Tigrix, Scion, we appreciate you being here. Big thank you to...
I want to say thank you as well.
Big thank you to Boo for coming in and hosting tonight.
Hosting?
You're a host tonight, man.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. I'm quite tired. I don't know what words are. I thought of something totally different then when you said hosting.
Oh, I couldn't even begin to think.
We'll talk about it after.
Okay. Oh, one of them deals. No, that's the different kind of hosting, sir.
Everyone be sure to follow Boo on YouTube and Twitter. He does videos.
He does great videos.
His remixes are the best though.
Yes.
And same
Well,
for
his
Zero
original
and Crimson.
his original music videos are pretty good too. Lapis Horror.
That's like the only one I've done, isn't it?
I think it is. Actually, yes.
What about the chicken one?
Chicken
and
Storm. Yes.
Chicken
Yeah,
Storm.
Boo Rude.
Uh,
That
but-
reminds me, I need to do some more.
But folks, we will see you guys next week.
Yes.
We love you, love you, love you. Make sure you bring your friends. Make some popcorn. Next week is going to be the big Star Wars episode. Or is that the week after, Grim?
It looks like it's gonna be the 26th. Is gonna be the big Star Wars
26th.
one.
So the day after Christmas, we get to all sit down and talk about Star Wars. Next week, we will have some great goodies for you. Possibly last minute Christmas deals.
But yes, be sure to follow us on Twitter and YouTube for the latest news because your news matters. This has been Minus the Rumors,
We'll see you
and
next week.
see you next week.
Bye.
Bye bye.